Hey everyone, welcome back to On The Grid, and I thought in this video I would just share a multiplayer experience I recently had in ACC, just to show that you can have a great race even from the back of the grid. And if anything, keeping it clean and pushing hard can be quite rewarding. So jumping into this session, it was for Apex Online Racing, and I unfortunately didn't get to do a qualifying lap with basically 1 minute left. Rather than jump out, I decided to stick with it and just go for the challenge of working from the back of the grid. I knew that there was a good chance in the sequence between Maggotts and Beckett's that an incident could and most likely would happen, that I could take advantage of. And if I kept it clean, I could really make up a few places. So there you see about 4 or 5 players went off, and so immediately I went from like 26th to 23rd. Looking in my rearview mirror, I see a row of cars behind me that I was absolutely going to avoid as much as possible. That actually looks cool seeing it from this angle. Oh, another one bites the dust. And within 1 lap, I saw these 2 guys go off, and then another 2 here, and then out onto the straight, another one. So as I was working my way up, I knew there were some really competitive racers, and I was just going to keep it clean and hope for the best. I could see a couple of the drivers ahead and behind me were racing really quite close. So if I was going to move up, I needed to push, I needed to make sure I didn't wear my tires out and take advantage of the overtakes I could make. And with that pass, I move into 22nd with just over halfway through the race. There, I almost hit another car in the middle of the track, and one that was off to the far left of the track that you don't see. So now I'm in 20th position. All in all, my setup was pretty good. I had this guy here in the Porsche that we were going, pretty much neck and neck for a couple of laps, and I finally, got myself locked in. And up until probably I'd say about 2 or 3 months ago, I never took the Aston Martin out. I never really was into it. I couldn't click with it, and so I was always running either the Porsche or I was running the McLaren. Those are the cars that I kind of felt good with and that I liked and I could get hooked up with. So I started a couple months ago taking out this Aston Martin, and it just, I don't know what happened over the last couple updates. There was some physics changes or some new tire model updates and things like that, and it just felt good and I felt like I connected with it. And you can see here, we're probably about, 15 minutes into the race, I would say. And I'm already up at 17th. I've made up 10 positions in this race already, so I was pretty happy, to say the least. And all I kept thinking was I'm not even looking at the podium. I'm not even thinking about top 10. I'm just thinking of pushing, get one at a time, get the next one, get the next one, and just work my way through. And so this guy, Kanto, we were racing right up until the last lap, and it was really clean, really competitive. He kept me honest the whole way through, and it was so rewarding to be able to fight with another racer like that. And we were going back and forth, side by side, and it was tense, and neither of us let up for a minute. Usually I carry a nice line through Maggotts and Beckett's, and that's where I can make up a lot of time. And I was right here. I had him. I knew I was going to get him here. I was like, that's it. I'm going to hold my inside line. I'm going to take it tight. Kept going. My front left was starting to get a bit cooked. It was getting a little bit too hot, and I was like, I got to cool this thing down. So I started working my way through and just taking the corners a little easier where I could and where I knew that it would be the best, just to hold my line a little cleaner and to not push too much. I could hold them up a little bit into some of the corners like here and into this final turn before out in the old straight, the old start-finish line. And I knew if I just keep my lines tight, I was going to do well. That one corner there is the one that always gets me. And I'll either get it really good and I'm locked up and I get through it really nicely and it feels good, or I completely take it either too wide or too tight. And yeah, so this was, I would have to say, this is probably one of the more satisfying races I've had. You see that? I almost took him out. I had to slow that down just to see it again. That was good though. We're coming up near the end now. I think we probably had a couple laps left, maybe 2 or 3 laps left. we were right near the end. But like I said, I mean, for I would say half of the race, we were going back and forth. You know, he kept me under pressure, and you can see there I almost lost it. Just going into that corner, my tire was just finished, and the front left tire was actually gone. It was getting really hot, and you can see if you look down at my fuel level, I went really tight on this. I think I put 44 liters of fuel in this one, maybe 43. So I was playing with fire there. I mean, I was right at the end. I didn't have anything left almost, but what a good race. And you know what? It's not always about the win. It's not always about top 10. It's about how you can fight from wherever you are on the grid. And so this was just a really good competitive race, and I truly enjoyed it. I just thought I'd share that for fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care.